All right, in this episode, we help Cameron with his pitching mechanics
as he progresses through the 3X program.
All right, Brent Porcy and Stephen Godani here at the @TopVelocity #Pitching Tips Show, where you go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and @TopVelocity #Pitching Tips. You ask your question, anything on pitching, anything in Top Velocity, and we answer it on the show. If you haven't already, help us get this out there, guys. Subscribe, share, anything you can do. Keep the questions coming as well. Go to TopVelocity.net as well. Check out, we've got some big 3X camps coming up. Come down here and train with us, do the programs, live with Stephen. He rents a room. Also, we're going to be at the ABCA convention. That's the Adult Baseball Coaches Association convention in Nashville. We're going to be in the booth with King of the Hill, so come and see us. Love to talk to you. We'll be doing a lot of stuff through the trade show. All right, what is this question for the day?
Cameron Allman asks, short video from week 12. Any evaluation would be appreciated going into week 13.
All right, cool. So Cameron, we're going to use this show to evaluate where you are. So in week 12, that means you're in the 3X Pitching Velocity program. That means you're it's your 8-week cycle. You're into week 4.
3-4
okay.
for the week.
So you're almost through. Now, what I'm looking at, think you're going to have to cycle again. What I'm seeing in this video, and I'm played here in the show, I'm seeing your overall set of mechanics. The sequence is starting to look really good. Your timing of your arm path and front foot strike is timed well. Your arm path going forward looks well. Problem is, it's not dynamic, specifically starting in the back leg. The back leg hitting front foot, there's not enough speed and power through it. It's just coming through it front foot strike. So that by the time it does get through, you're already into shoulder rotation. So we really got to start in the back leg dynamics, getting more explosiveness out of that back leg. So I don't know where your power clean is, so that's what I would want to go to first, is your power clean getting over your body weight. We want to get to 1.3, 1.5 times body weight. Is your vertical jump going up with that? I want to see something close to 30 inches, 30 plus. Those things would tell me there's some power there and that maybe you're just not activating that power. If they're not there, then that we need to make sure in this last 4 weeks going into your next cycle as well, that we really, really push, add extra sets on your Olympic stuff. Repeat your last sets until on your volume performance weeks, until you're just exhausted, if we need to really push to get more power in your system. If you feel like if you're at 1.3 and your vertical jumps at 30 and you're not activating it, then go into your throws and pick up your intensity specifically in your back leg. Start exploding out of your back leg. Put it there. Really get someone to help motivate you. Get the assistance bands from level 2 to get you feeling it a little bit. Get into the sled drills in level 3 to get you working harder in those back legs. Those are things I would do to really activate that back leg, because what I'm seeing is a decent set of pitching mechanics that aren't dynamic enough to be at a high velocity. So I need more power coming through your back leg. Boom! So when you hit front foot, your hips are open, your back leg's through. And then your separation is maxed at that point. And then we're going to see more speeds going forward. And that's where you're stuck with right now. And that needs to be your focus going forward. Get your intensity up, get your power lifts up, your power measurements up, and get that in your drills so we can get that in your delivery as we progress through preseason, okay? So anything you want to add to that? What do you do to really kind of say you're starting to feel some power in the weight room in your training? What do you do to get that to the 3X drills to then get it to the mat?
The med ball throws. You got to start learning how to translate what you were building in the weight room into your mechanics. So I think the med ball throws are a huge way to do that, and then throwing drills are another huge way to do that. So once you start feeling that some power, and you're seeing your vert go up, and you're seeing your power clean go up, really start trying to get that into your med ball throws, into your throwing drills, get it on the gun so that you're seeing that it's going up and that it's translating from the weight room to the mat.
Yeah, and look at it this way too, and this is something that I want to make clear as well. I don't put intensities on your med throws and target throws, but if you're in a volume week, in a performance week, and you're lifting, and you're doing an 80%, you're doing an 80%, you're doing a 95% in your performance week, I want you to be going at that same percentage in your throws. So I want an 80% of your max on a volume week in all your med throws, or when you're ready towards the end of your med throws as you progress to it. So don't finish med throws or target throws on your volume weeks at low intensities, you know? I want to see those high intensities just like I do in the weight room, because I want, that's going to be significant. You know, David Price has a great quote. He always throws hard. He says he believes if you want to throw hard, you should always throw hard. Here's the problem. If you have bad mechanics, that's a perfect recipe for injury. But in this system, the 3x pitch velocity program, we're developing good mechanics like Cameron has right now. You need to pick up your intensities, and where do we pick that up? We pick it up in the lower half. Start throwing hard with your legs, and you'll start throwing hard on the mount.
Yeah, and it's gonna, once he starts getting the intensity up in his legs and starts getting more dynamic with it, create more hip to shoulder separation, better front leg, you're also gonna see a more dynamic trunk too. I think he could have had a more dynamic trunk that's gonna lead to more layback of the arm, farther trunk tilt, and then of course more velocity.
Yeah, if I see like the arm path is good, it was pushing out in front of the face, not good, but that's just because there's not enough speed in the trunk. And I see the trunk moving but not as far, and I see the front leg stabilizing but back leg not quick enough. It's really just a dynamics issue. You're not explosive, you know? Start moving, and those mechanics start really showing up, really start happening. You're there, you just don't have the energy coming through, and we've got to get that out of the weight room, into the throws. The throws progress to the mound through the preseason program, and that's how you're going to get to your goals, your velocity goals. So if you have a question, go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And if you're in the 3x pitching velocity programs, this is a good place to ask your questions and look for evals, just like Cameron just did. Please feel free to do that. If you don't know anything about the 3x pitching velocity program or the 3x velocity camps, go to TopVelocity.net, check them out, come down to the camp, and you can be like Cameron in the program, starting to move towards your velocity goals.
Yeah. Hold on, hold on.